Let's start with importing in the department list. The department list is great for an import because it rarely changes. Okay, I'm going to go to the External Data tab. I'm in the Import and Link section. I'll choose Excel. Now, I'm going to import the source data into a new table. I'm going to browse to my exercise files. I'm going to grab my Excel file, and then I'll click OK. By default, the spreadsheet wizard actually shows me every single worksheet in the workbook. So I start with department list names, and then the zip code. For this example, we're bringing in the department list names. I'll go ahead and choose next. My first row does contain column headings. I'll choose next. Now we're going to accept all the defaults for this, but if you wanted to change the field name, the data type, the indexing, or you didn't want to import this field, you could click any of those options. I'll choose next. Because the department code is already unique, I do not need access to add a primary key. I'll choose no primary key. I'll choose next. I'm going to leave the default name of department list names. But if you wanted to change it, this would be the time. This will be the table name. I'll go ahead and choose finish. Now I've finished importing the file. It's asking me if I want to save the import steps. If you do this repetitive import all of the time, you may want to save the import steps. For here, it's not necessary. I'll go ahead and choose close. Let's go ahead and take a look at the department list names. It looks like a regular table. I'm going to go ahead and double click it. And then I can see the data from my Excel spreadsheet. Okay, I really want to go and add the manager for each department. Because it's an imported table, I can actually create a field. I'm going to right-click the department list names and choose Design View. I'm going to click in my first blank field name, and I'm going to type Manager. I'm going to tab over to the data type. I'm going to choose the lookup, and I'm going to pull that value from another table, which will be managers. I'll choose next. Select table managers. I'll choose next. I want to be able to see their ID, their first name and last name. I'll choose next. I'm going to sort it by last name and then by first name, which is traditionally what we do with names. I'll choose next. For this example, it's not necessary for me to show the key column, so I'm going to leave that checked. I'll choose next. I do want to call it manager. If I wanted to control the data between the two tables, I could enable data integrity. If there were multiple managers for each department, I could allow for multiple values. I'll go ahead and choose finish. It's asking me if I want to save the table before the relationships can be created, and I'm going to say yes to that. So an imported table takes a copy of the data at the time, places it into Access, and then gives us the ability to edit it. Let's work with a linked table. It works a little bit differently. I'll go to External Data. I'm going to choose Excel just as I did before. This time I'm going to choose Link to the data source by creating a linked table. I'm going to browse to my exercise file. I'll choose my original and I'll click OK. Great. I want to bring in the department list. This Excel file actually has all of the people in the department. When that Excel file is up to date, I want my Access database to be up to date. This is one of the benefits of a link. I'll go ahead and choose next. The first row does contain column headings. I'll choose next. I'm going to leave it at the default name of department list, and I'll choose finish. It tells me that it's finished linking that department list. I'll go ahead and click OK. And now you'll notice on the left-hand side, you have the department list. Because you're linking to an Excel file, it has the Excel icon. It also has a blue arrow that indicates that it's been linked in. Okay, so with our department list names, we were able to open it up and create a field. Let's take a look at the design view of department list. I'll right click it, go to design view, and it will immediately tell me that it's a linked table whose design can't be modified. That's because the design is controlled by the source. We do want to look at it anyway, so I'll go ahead and say yes. You see each field. You can also look at its field properties for each field. You just can't add or change anything. I'll go ahead and save this and close it. I'll go ahead and save my department list names and close them. Importing and linking is not a one-size-fits-all option. When you understand how linking versus importing works, you will be able to make the right choice for your solution on a case-by-case basis.